What's going on, you guys? Welcome to my video on Imperator Rome. And this is actually my second video of Imperator Rome. And the reason I say that is because I made an hour-long video of this. Unfortunately, I used Xbox Game Recorder to record it, and it didn't record any of my audio commentary. So I pretty much lost all that. Even though the option was turned on, it just didn't record. I had problems with it before, and I accidentally used it instead of the OBS recorder. Anyway, I'm going to use this as an opportunity because I already know, I went over the whole game, spent an hour, so I know key facets of it, and it's going to basically make me, allow me to kind of cover the ground that I want to cover. I know where everything is, so I can kind of just dive into it. So, let's get right into it. So before I kind of jump into the single player, I wanted to go over the settings, because this is where all the goodness, you kind of want to go in here and see what settings you have before you go into the game, because you want to get the maximum exposure of the graphics and capabilities of it. So as you can see, I'm actually running a Radeon Pro 560 on my iMac. So everything is pretty much good. You got ×4. I think this is on low, which is okay. I believe this is on Quad HD. Map objects on high, so it's pretty good. It's not what a 580 Radeon Pro will be able to give me, but it's gonna show the game in a really beautiful light here. So let's start the game up. I would love to continue the game that I was playing. I left at a really good standpoint. And maybe I'm thinking maybe I should actually just continue from here. Yeah, actually, let's just do that. I don't want to lose this entire game. I kind of preset everything, so yeah, I'm just gonna continue. Alright guys, so the first thing I wanted to show you is something really beautiful. As you can see, the graphics on here is absolutely beautiful. It's absolutely gorgeous, and yeah, it's just wow. And this is not even on max. This is This is what a mid-range graphics card can do. And looking at it, look at, like, you can see individual waves hitting the shore here. Look at the textures, the roads, mountains. I mean, it's gorgeous. You can see the border kind of traversing this mountain pass here. Absolutely gorgeous. So even on a mid-range graphics card, this game looks incredibly beautiful. One other thing I wanted to show you is when you zoom out, look at that seamless transition. Now, one other thing I wanted to show, which I love here, check this out. If you zoom out, it doesn't zoom out like other Paradox games. You get that curvature of the earth, which is pretty sick, and it's the little things that I notice. Like, this thing is really, I really love this, because they could have just made a flat map and not put in this effect, but this little additional feature of having that curvature of the earth immerses me a bit more than on just a flat map, which special thanks to props to Paradox for that, because I really do appreciate that. So, a couple of things we're going to go over. I really love this. Look at this. Look at that seamless transition. Going from here, look at that. And I'm still above 30 frames per second. Love that. All right. So a couple of things. This is Paradox's latest game. There are really amazing features in this game. It actually changes a lot of the functions of their claw switch engine. I believe that's what it's called, right? There's a lot of new additions to this engine, and it makes this engine really shine. One thing that I really wanted to highlight is that now in this game here with this engine, a single province can have multiple cities. So as you can see, you have the city of Curcia, Fundi. You even have Rome in this province, and they're all parts of the province of Italia. So you could have multiple cities in an individual province, which is first time in any Paradox game. Really love that. I believe it's going to add a lot more depth to the game, a lot more character, because you could do a lot more. It basically magnifies each province. You could do more with each. So love that. I'm going to go over every little feature here, all these main categories. One thing I wanted to kind of start out is I actually declared war against these guys here. Mainly because these guys allied with me, and I was like, well, if they allied with me, then, you know, this would be a perfect place to attack, because they get attacked from the south, I get attacked from here. I hired a mercenary. I'm going to go into mercenaries in a second, actually in a couple minutes once I get to the mercenary section. But I just wanted to give you a heads up before this game continues. I am at war with this country. I am going to do a threefold attack. I am sending the 1st Legion, which is my main general. He's going to head over here. Legion number 2, which is the other half of the army, he's going to come up to this city here and then move north. And then I have the mercenary army, which is the largest army. They're going to move to this province and then head north, basically trapping and just gunning these guys. And then I'm just going to basically capture it. All right, so that's basically it. We're going to cover all these things here. Let's jump into it. Nation view is the first one. So this is me. I'm Publius. I'm going to screw up a lot of these names. Yeah, I am not a linguist by any manner, okay? So he's the head consul of Rome, head of the Semproni family. Ooh, sounds like the HBO show, Semproni family. All right. So I had this kid here, literally I think a few months ago, because it's 0 years old. One cool thing is the one amazing that I really love about this game is the amount of additional character actions that you can take here. Now I know a lot of you guys are Crusader Kings fans or EU fans, and we've seen characters in those games, and especially Crusader Kings, there's a lot of character depth there. This takes it up a notch. I feel there's so much more you can do in this game in terms of individual characters that affect the grand strategy of the entire game, of your entire nation. So as you can see, you can make this guy, well, not him, but you can go in here, and I'm gonna kind of choose the wife here. I might want to switch out. I could smear her reputation. If she was a veteran, I can reward veterans. I can recruit them. Arrange marriage with ruler, which I'm probably going to do with this one. I can imprison my wife, which is probably not a good idea. She might have some problems with that. Hold triumph, capitulary honors. You could do that. Bribe, make friends, and even banish them. So there's a lot of stuff you can do, and there's a lot of characters to do them with. So I'm going to see, there we go. These are all the characters just in Rome. As you can see, there's lots, and each one has individual traits and individual characteristics that affect everything. Key things is, where is it? I know loyalties, there we go. Health, age, wealth, loyalties, 45. So this guy, he's not on my side, he's 45, and the rest are 71, so I probably want to look at them. So as you can see, there's a lot here. Prominence, zeal, and then martial, especially if you're looking to have a new general. Now, one thing I noticed in this game is if you assign a general, I think it's this guy, right? He is, where is he? 37 years old, civic faction. So I accidentally assigned a guy from the civic faction to run this army here. Now, one thing that you do is if you accidentally do it, you can't move him for 12 months. So that's something you gotta consider. And I screwed up on that one. That was my bad. So going over the nation overview here, got a couple of provinces here. I didn't actually do this. Select the military idea. Interesting. I did not do this. There, I didn't do that. National commerce income. I definitely want that. What is this mismatching I did? Oh, okay. I want that. I'm at war, so I might as well do that. Oratory ideas, monthly corruption. I want that. Cool. I actually wasn't aware of those. I just found this out. Interesting. So as you can see, there's a lot of content, a lot of detail here. You can see how much religious distribution is, the culture distribution, pop distribution, freeman, citizen. You got slaves in here. They're 23% of the population. Now, I've noticed that it works a lot like Victoria. I'm going to mention that a couple of times in this playthrough, mainly because I feel it takes a lot of key aspects from previous Paradox games, right? Crusader Kings, you got the characters. In Victoria, they're pulling a lot of the economic system from there, and it's even more in depth here. It's not as I know a lot of the economy system in Victoria kind of overwhelms some people. They didn't bring that I would say complexity from that. They kind of simplified it a little bit the way I feel it, but they didn't remove the depth from it. So you can do a lot of the things that you did in Victoria, right? From setting up trade routes. Actually, since we're talking about trade, let me pick up trade overview. So as you can see, I'm importing this from Tessellate. I'm not going to be able to pronounce some of these names. I'm trading cloth to this country, and I'm trading wood to Siculia. Very close. And you can go into I have surpluses of these, export bonuses of those, and you can go into individual provinces here and find out what they're producing. So as you can see, producing wine in this, and it's producing 1 wine. Every 13 slave population will produce an additional plus wine. So, you know, if you want to be a bad guy, you can add more slaves, and then you get more wine, so you can get more income while you trade that away. So, there's a lot there if you want to play around with the economy. And one thing that I loved about Victoria is you can actually play the entire game and not go to war. And I feel in this game I can do the same thing, because you could actually just focus on the economy and just develop it and not have to be at war all the time, or possibly ever. I haven't tried that out yet, but anyway, let's go over this. I think I covered everything here. Let's go to the government side here. So this is where the factions are. I got the civic faction, military faction, mercantile, religious, and populist faction. You can see them broken down here. And I believe the civic faction are the guys in charge. And then here you got your advisors. So you can change these guys out. I think you can. Yeah. Let's select another Praetor. I'm not going to dismiss him because. And then each one has their own attributes, as you can see here. So you definitely want, and just going over some of these. The censor here is the chief magistrate. Praetor, economy, runs the foreign domestic trade. So you want a good guy there. This guy runs the Republic's military, so this guy's really important. You know, Republic's treasury by ensuring collection of taxes. This guy's probably the most important. You know, without money, you know, there's not much you can do. Senior priest. There's a really interesting religious element in this game. I like it. The Pontifex, high priest of the Republic, overseeing priesthood. You see how that I feel is more of like a bonus aspect. I noticed the religious side does assist me in like military campaigns and a couple of government things. Check the power of the Senate and intervene on behalf of freemen in the courts. And then this office right here is a senior doctor of the Republic that is responsible for the care of senior politicians and family. So probably the least important there. And you got the laws here. Which I actually didn't really go over, but there's some really cool stuff here. A lot of them I'm going to need a translator. You could also just hover over and you could it says a simple limitation of the ratio of owned to freed slaves that any man might possess ensure that a slave economy was still viable in the late Republic. So I just wanted to point something out here just in case you guys spot anything. I'm about a week and a half away from the actual release date of this game. So this game is technically still in beta. So I just wanted to point that out just in case we run into any bugs or anything like that. I actually, in my last playthrough, you know, I didn't run into any crashes or anything like of that kind of sort. So I feel honestly the game is stable. So if you run into anything, just bear that in mind. Here you got the traditions. This is definitely going to affect the way the military is going to be run. It's going to assist in military campaigns. You can assist, this will give you a +10 on heavy infantry discipline, and you can go down where you want to do heavy infantry offense and such. But it's going to require, as you can see, 801, and I'm not even close to that. I'm only getting +6. Going into stats. Oh yeah, you could build camels if you saw that. All right, technology. Technology is a really interesting system here. I could tell you, it was crazy easy to kind of jump into the technology section. Literally, these are available inventions. I selected, I think, like 3 of them. I just clicked it. I automatically got it. Now, the way this works is these guys are researching another possible invention that I can choose, right? So I can still choose from any of these, but once these guys are done researching whatever they're researching, I can choose whatever they're finished up with. So that's, just keep that in mind. You can do that. I definitely want to work on my military because I am at war. So really cool system, very easy to understand. What else? Religion. All right. This one right here, I just selected for them to research, and he's on his way doing that. And I guess the blessings of Minerva. I was going to screw that up. But the religion side, I've noticed a couple of things I chose does affect my military. I believe morale or discipline. I think this one's going to affect my military somehow. I forgot before I clicked it what I was going to do. But yeah, this is definitely going to assist on my military side here. I'm trying to find if it's listing it here, but it's not. Yeah, so I made sure I selected that, something that assists with my military, because I'm definitely going to need it, because I'm going to war, my friends. Economy system. This reminds me a lot of EU4. Here you can select, the taxes. You choose low, normal, and then harsh taxes. It's not as, I would say, as that's what I'm looking for. In Victoria 2, you had like a slider, so you can actually choose a certain percentage. This one, you just have 3 options, which actually makes it a little bit more easier instead of you having to choose 49 or 50% in Victoria, which also was difficult to actually hit the exact percentage that you want to get, So, but I feel that this is much more easier to handle and kind of cover, because there's a lot of things you're going to be covering in this game. Diplomacy. So this system right here is, I'm going to choose this country. So this system right here allows a lot of capabilities. So as you can see, the basic stuff, so you can offer alliance, you can do a guarantee, which will call you to aid their aid if they are attacked. Also, a new thing in this game is defensive leagues. So it's a multi-nation alliance for small nations. If you're a big guy on the block, you're not going to be able to do this. But it's really good if you're like a broken up Greek empire or Greek city-states kind of thing. That's going to help you out. Access actions, stuff that were, if you're a former Paradox player, these seem very familiar to you. Influence actions. A couple things that are new. This is new to me. Client state is a small nation who gives a portion of their monthly income to the overlord and is under their control. You could also demand tributes. I have a couple of clients. I believe these are some of my subjects here, and I believe they're in that status. You can intervene in war. You can enforce a peace, which is really cool. I like that. And then you can also threaten war. From what I understand in some of the dev blogs, you could actually threaten war, and they might actually say, all right, here's the city, just let's not go to war kind of thing, which is going to come in handy. And then, of course, you can sell a city if you're hard up for cash. Support rebels. I like that capability. Could definitely use that with these guys down here on the edge of Carthage, this little Carthage Empire, which is, I believe, going to start coming up here. Or they're already there. Jeez, man. And then Fabricate Claim, which is going to give you a cash's belly. A couple other things you're probably familiar with other Paradox games. Improve Opinion, that's from Victoria, and then Send an Insult, which will damage country's opinion of you, which from what I understand that comes from EU4. So as you can see, there's a lot of things that are coming from different games, which I really love. So a lot of things here. You can choose other countries. You can see what they're going into, right? And then everything. Ooh, just trying. I thought there was something new there. Hey, I could sell them a city of mine. All right. So that's diplomacy. And then these are decisions. I haven't been able, as you can see, I can't select any of these, mainly because I don't have the capabilities. I have to, I'm trying to figure out what I need to get these things. Oh, there we go. I need these to get a plutocratic republic. So I got a lot to do for that. And then a trade overview, this kind of gives me a heads up. Very simple, very easy. I kind of, you also get, see, it's not that one, it's not that one. You do get like notifications in this notification drawer here of people saying, hey, listen, I need, you got some wood, give me some wood, I'll give you this. It comes in handy, but just to give you a heads up, it will affect the military. So I gave something out to them, I think it was wine, or it was, another country wanted wine from me, and I'm going to war, and apparently if I was going to give the wine to them, it was going to kind of be a bad thing for the military. I'm assuming because they drink wine while they're fighting. I know I would be pissed off if my wine rations were cut. So I don't think they had beer at that time. All right, so characters went over that. And then mercenaries. This is really important. I'm actually using a mercenary group of about 19,000. These guys just jumped up my military capabilities by, I think, double. As you can see, there's a 33,000 man military and 19,000 man military I can choose from. However, they're expensive. So if you notice, if you're reading here, I need 2 times 292 to recruit them. And per month, it's going to cost me 2305. Now, one thing that I saw in the dev diary, if you hire these guys, right, and you can't afford them, let's say your treasury, which is what's happened to me, goes below $0 and you can't afford to pay them, they could flip sides. They could actually say, hey, you know what, it's been nice, it's been real, I'm flipping sides, and we're going to go after you next. So bear that in mind. Oh, interesting. These mercenaries. Oh yeah, because this is the guy that I chose, and I'm paying him $13 per month. And the Spanish unit will cost 94. Wow. Okay, that's expensive. So, yeah, just keep that in mind. It's when you get into the game, mercenaries is something that I have to keep an eye on, because the last thing I want to happen is for them to flip on me. Especially with them being literally double my military. I think I got about like 18,000 and they got 18,000, and it wouldn't work out well. So a couple other things I wanted to go over. You have simple terrain mode, political, of course. Ooh, what's this? Religion, culture map. Nice. And then provinces map here. Trade goods. Ooh. Fish. Ah, this is going to come in handy. Look how rich that area is. Wine, grain, olives, furs. Lots of stuff that I can start trading. Population map. I like this. So I'm assuming, yeah, I think the lighter. Yeah. So anything that's dark is is basically nobody, and the lighter you go, the more population it is. Diplomacy map. So as you can see, I war with these guys. I am good with this guy. I'm in a defensive league. And then purple means I think I'm trading with them. So I'm trading with this guy and this guy. Barbarians. Trade routes. Player map mode. Fortifications map. Wow, there's a lot of fortifications. I gotta keep an eye on this. I don't want to run into a spot where. Make sure that guy doesn't have fortification. Oh, shh. He does have. I gotta keep that in mind. What is this? This is religion map mode. Supply map mode. Something I want to keep an eye on. Civilization. Opinion map mode. And then unrest. And everything else is good. I'm going to keep it in, I think this one, right? This is the one we're on. Yeah. Maybe I'll keep it on political. Let's do that. All right. Now, one other thing that I really like about this game is, besides the Roman side here, right? You're dealing with Rome and Carthage and, you know, Greece, but you can also choose from these. Now, I learned a lot about the Mauryan Empire in my history class, the Secluded Empire, and then I forgot what, there was another Islamic empire here. I forgot the name of them. Dagon. It's not Armenia. There was another empire. I remember each had their own kind of qualities, I guess. Like these guys were a little bit more lax. These guys are very... my memory is really bad. So, I know these guys were much less, I would say, in terms of the, what do you call it, the Christians and the Jews. I don't think they were more tolerant. I don't think they were tolerant as the Mauryans were. So, just going over stuff. I'm curious if I can go all the way to China. As you can see here, there's a big spot here that's, you know, kind of grayed out. I wonder if I can actually make contact with, I think Kublai Khan is in charge at this time. My dates are might be a little off, but anyway. Warlord, Navy maintenance. You currently have decreased pay, active for, shoot. How do I, there we go. Aye. Okay, cool. So, and also I wanted to show you guys this Scorn family. So apparently, these guys are rich people without jobs. That's what I got from it, right? So, Scorn families are members who receive, unless the total income its members receive from jobs and offices is at least 2% of our national income. So they hold a job, but they need more money. It looks like no member can hold a job. Families where everyone holds a job or no member can hold a job will also not be scorned. Okay, so again, yeah, they need a job in essence, and a good paying one at that. All right, and a couple key things that are really important in this game is military power, civic power, and oratory power, as well as religious power. These are key things that are going to help, you know, are going to make deciding factors in terms of like technology, military, all this good stuff, and then of course money and manpower. So I need to keep an eye on those. Anyway, we talked about a lot of this. I am gonna just continue playing the game. I'm gonna cover certain topics throughout the game, anything that pops up in my head. I'm trying to remember stuff that I mentioned in the last video, but if it doesn't pop up, it doesn't pop up. I'll mention it in future videos. Let's go to war, guys. So, oh, they're moving out, man. Ooh. I didn't issue orders, did I? Daggone. Have you head there. Since they're moving 18,000, I don't rather have the mercenaries deal with them. I don't know why they're moving out of a fortified area. Wait, why are these guys moving? Oh crap, I wonder if these guys were... Oh, okay. Nice. So they're on my side. They're moving south for what? Alright, here. I got an envoy from requesting import wine from province of Latvia. So as you can see here, it will remove my army maintenance cost minus 5%. We would gain the following bonus: army maintenance cost minus 2.0. So it looks like if I sell the wine, right? Army maintenance cost is -2 for. Oh, okay, yeah, might as well do that. I thought it was the opposite. So this guy is occupying this. Will be finished in 33 days. Scandal is an unfortunate part of an average day in a Roman Senate. Ordinarily, we would simply ignore such petty squabbles. However, on this occasion, the esteemed Illustrious Virginius was found in in flagrante delicto with his lover. I'm just gonna call her T, by his spouse Valeria. The spouse, overcome with despair, has appealed to the Senate to have stripped of his offices and posters. Alright, so it looks like this guy has been hooking up with this lady. Oh, and she's a friend of the Admiral of the First Navy. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, interesting. So that might affect the Admiral that's running my Navy here. Ooh, I like this. Alright, so let me get this straight because I'm trying to figure this out. Virginius, so I'm assuming you, right, was found having with his lover Teria. Okay, and then I'm assuming the spouse, which is you, Valerius. Okay, so I see. So you're the mistress, basically, right? Because a wife, and this is a friend. Okay, interesting. So what do you think I should do here? This is none of our business. Rome gains 5 support for the populist faction. Valeria. She's not that much of a thing, but if I have him flogged... Is it this woman? I don't know if I want to do this. I would say none of our business, because if I lose her loyalty, I mean, it's no big deal. I don't want to affect her because she's a friend of the Admiral, so it's just... And I want to have him flogged. We're at 31. Yeah, let's just do we shouldn't tolerate public infidelity, so let's just do that. Status quo. Oh, they're coming at me. Alright, let's take a look at how the battles simulations work now. There we go. Alright, so similar to, I think, EU4. Oh, I forgot to mention something. So, when you're selecting a unit, I should have covered this before, you can select a certain different offensive or defensive strategy. So, this unit is going to do a shock action, right? So, he's going to go into the battle and just go all out, right? The other unit, I should have probably had him go into the defensive stance, but this is going to come in extremely handy. You could actually change the way your army fights, so that's going to be really important. A couple other things I wanted to cover. So you can do force march, you can do attachments assigned to a certain region, you can do reorganization. I like that you can construct border forts with your military. That's going to be really cool. You could also have the military build a military road, attach the units, order full retreats. I'm not doing that yet. And you can desecrate holy sites. I think that's going to be really interesting because you can, you know, in essence, affect the local population's view of you, or their relations to it. So right now, my guy, is a bottleneck, and at a negative 10%. He has a plus 8. I have cavalry, I have heavy infantry, and I have archers. He only has archers and light infantry. I don't think he's going to work out on this one. Alright, we are victorious. I lost 170, 294. These guys, 334. He lost a lot more. Looks like a little bit more. I love these stats right here because it breaks it down by, you know, soldiers. You know, a lot of other games kind of say, all right, this unit went in with a strength of 10 and they ended the battle with a strength of 7. I don't know what that means. Here, this is plain as day. Right here, you have a battle at Beventium. I'm screwing that name up, but it is what it is. I lost 798 soldiers out of 9,000. He lost 1,000 out of 8,000. So easy to understand. I love that. Thank you. Making that easy to understand. All right. So I got this pause. This guy's heading south, and you can see him like. I like that animation. Check that out. All right. Have you go that way. It's gonna be easier to go around, really. All right. They just raised 1,000 soldiers here. It's all right. I got them. And then this guy is gonna head up. Just trying to see something for a second. I got a lot of these allies. Keep thinking, is this the enemy? No, they're part of me. They're helping me out. All right, so I got that province. I'm gonna head up north, take that out. I have these forces here. These mercenaries are gonna. Wow, look at this. They lost a full 1,000 men. Wow. Enemy captured. Cool. So here you got a lot more character capabilities here. So I can release the prisoner. I can be a nice guy. I'm not gonna do that because, you know, if no home exists or a prisoner is from our own country, they will join our character pool. Ooh, I like that. Rome releases general from prison. Flog. I can flog him, and then his loyalty will go down. I can execute him. Pay $19. I'll get 2 tyranny out of it, or I can banish him. And the Maria family loses 5 prestige, currently 5, so they'll be down to 0, and I'll get 1 tyranny. I'm not going to do any of that. And you can even plan an assassination. Interesting. But he is part of me, it looks like, right? Because it can only be done on foreign characters. So he must be interesting. Alright. And I'm not going to release him just yet. This guy's going right there. Let's have you... I'd rather have the mercenaries fight these battles because, you know, no offense, you guys are expendable. I noticed my frame rate here is dropping every time I'm running the game, and that's because I'm running the game at really high settings, and then I have also my game recorder actually running it. I don't want to lower the graphics because I'm going to take away from that, but so if you notice some, you know, stuttering or anything like that, that's just because, you know, I'm doing a lot of things, and I'm running a 560 AMD 560 Pro. This is not a 580, so just bear that in mind. Maybe if I lower the speed. Okay. Damn, I lost 861. They lost 1,700. Still, I'm in a good spot. This guy's still retreating south. Oh man, he formed another army here. Cool. Alright, so where's the Legion 1? Head up here, take it out. It's a lot of units running around. And as you can see, I moved, went to medium settings, and I'm above 30 frames per second. So it was an easy fix. But one cool thing that I love about this is running a mid-range graphics card, and I'm able to not only play the game at high settings, but I'm also able to record the game, which puts a lot of strain on the graphics card, but I'm still above 30 frames, and I love that. There, take him out. You're gonna take him out. I got all these. You're about to take that out. You know, oh, food shortage. What does that mean? Is that for me? Oh no, it must be these guys in the actual fort here. See, the one thing I don't understand is that army should have just stayed in behind those walls, you know, just to kind of abandon it, you know. And I understand that. I wonder if this is going to work like EU4 where they only have a certain amount. Yeah. So it's gonna work like EU4. They only have siege been going on for 41 days. Next siege phase is in 39 days. Yeah, I guess they probably did the right thing, because otherwise they would have been stuck in there. Last thing you want to do is have an Alamo. Alright. Taking out their main army here. Jeez, they already have 12,000 men. I'm running them down, you know? But what I want to do here is see... And this is another thing you gotta also bear in mind here, is the center has to approve a lot of things. And I love that fact, you know, that you have to get approval for certain things, because you're not a dictatorship, although that will come into play later. There's one thing that I wanted to show you, which I'll show you in a couple of minutes. But right now we're a republic, so the Senate is really important. As you can see here, my military support, where is this? Where is that popping? Ah, there we go. So these are all the guys that are basically key members of that military faction, right? And they're in the 70s, one guy's in the 90s. I have Quintus Marcius Philipps, whatever that name is. But you can affect their loyalty. So I'm going to go up to Quintus Marcius. So I want to show you something here. This is actually pretty cool. Quintus Marcius. You know what? I already lost... What's his last name? Man, these guys have like long names here. Quintus Marcius, whatever. Alright, Quintus Philippus. Okay. His last name is Philippus. Philippus. Where are you, Philippus? I got the Fabrices. No, I don't have the Philippus. Where's the Philippus? Marcius. Ah, there we go. Alright, so he's the head of the Marcia family. So I can make friends with this guy, right? And if I do this, you're going to see something here. I want to see if there's any other way I can. Look at all these options here. I can smear his reputation. But I'm going to try to be a nice guy. Right? Yeah, I'm going to make friends. So I'm going to make friends with this guy. I'm going to give 25 this and 25 that. As you can see, that's coming in handy. Now, we go into these here. Click that again. And the military faction, this guy is at 56. Oh, he didn't switch that much. Let me see if I add a couple of days here, if that's going to change anything. Did he go from 54 to 56? He must have. But anyway, I just wanted to kind of point this out because Marcus Corvinius, who's the admiral of my first fleet, he was at like 50. I gave him either money or I made friends with him and he went up to 80. So it comes in extremely handy. And I want the military on my side because, you know, I want them on my side. Alright, so they brought up some troops. Good. Alright, that's it, right? Their army's gone. Let's see if I can sue for peace. White peace, I'm not going to do a white peace. The capital, I'm going to wait for that then. Oh! Oh, I can select individual provinces. Oh, that's cool. That is cool. Nice. I like that. Oh, man. Alright, correct me if I'm wrong, but I've played EU4, Victoria, Hearts of... I think you can do it in Hearts of Iron now. But this is the first time I'm running into where I can select individual provinces to add into the peace. I'm trying to remember. I don't think I was able to do that before in previous games. Alright. Everyone likes gold, of course. Of all the following ways of making friends, I give this perhaps both the oldest and simplest. In the world of politics, wealth shared generously and unconditionally has more influence than kind words or affection. How much is your friendship with you? I know you son of a gun, man. I went over to you, I was like, hey, let's be friends, let's be nice guys to one another, right? And you're like, yeah, that's cool, but give me some money. All right. Dude, I have to give you of their person. Ooh. Check this out. Your ruler will give Quintus Marcius $250, or I guess dinero, is that what they used back then, of their personal wealth. How much money I got? Oh, snap. Oh, wow. So it actually breaks down how much wealth individual family members have. She has 0. He has 218. Wow. That is cool. Damn, that's sick. Oh. Wow, alright. I'm gonna... He wants $250? I don't even... That... If I give him that much money, I'm gonna go broke. Alright, I'll just do that. Who's Sabinia? Sabinia? Which one's Sabinia? Oh, these guys to the north? You dirty dogs, man. You're thinking about leaving, huh? Son of a fracker. Alright, I can't... I'm gonna give him a gift. Or actually, I'm gonna prove an opinion. You know, I was just at a war with you guys, and you invited me to your defensive league. You dirty, dirty dog. Alright, so title's unassigned. Oh, that's the doctor guy. So... we'll choose from all these guys. I gotta figure out how I can choose the appropriate guy to be the doctor. Wasn't it this guy? He's 63 years old, so that's probably why he resigned. He was like, you know what, man, I don't want somebody like... So it was this guy, right? He was part of the mercantile faction. I want to see if he had content in life, if he had any traits that helped him out being a doctor. Guess not. Ambition, become tribunus, plebis. Well, if you want to be that, you're gonna have to help me out. Take that position. Be sure to do it well. All right. Did I get that town? No, I'm still... How long? Surrender is a chance of 0. Now, what are my options here? Can I... okay, I can order an assault here. So you can see assume control of siege. And... ooh, I like this. So assume control of siege. So it looks like if my ally is actually sieging, I can actually go into the province and take command. That's sick. I like that. That is really cool. And then this way, if they have a general, an AI general that's in charge of the siege, I could actually have another leader that's more, I would say, experienced with sieges to come in, take command, and provide a better siege, basically. I think I'm going to do this because I don't want to wait this long. I'm already running out of money. Probably gonna give it 2 more months. If I don't get this surrender at least somewhat into the double digits, I'm just gonna charge. See, minus 14. This guy's 21%. Oh, what is this? It had +1 to Roma spoil. I wonder what that said. Here we go. Message log. See, one thing I love about Paradox games is in every game you have a message log. In Victoria, EU4, and I didn't even have to go looking for it. I knew exactly where it was. It's these little things that I love about Paradox, right? It's like they don't want to change up the game, 180 degrees where you're like, where is everything? You could literally go from EU4 to Imperator Rome, and I can tell you, when I started the game first, like my first video that didn't record my audio, my commentary, I didn't actually do the tutorial. I actually went into the game and literally just started playing it. I actually picked up everything within the first few minutes. That's without playing the tutorial at all. So if you're a previous Paradox player of any game like Crusader Kings, EU4, as soon as you get this game, you're gonna pick it up in minutes. In minutes, you're gonna get it. You're gonna notice some changes with like the multiple cities in the provinces, some of the military changes that I pointed out. You're gonna notice those things. It's gonna be a huge bonus. It's gonna enhance the flavor of a Paradox game, make it much more sweeter. I love analogies. All right, I'm trying to see if it had that listed here. One occupation must be in like I know you can change the message logs for a certain type of message. I'll go through the message log later. I know in Victoria and a couple other games you can actually select what messages you want. I'll have to look at that later. I didn't even go through this. So there is boarding tactics. That's pretty cool. Ramming tactics. And full retreat. Raid ports. Ooh. See, that's where the military traditions come in handy. I need a military tradition of... Well, it doesn't tell me which military tradition, but I need a military tradition to do raids on ports. I have to figure out which one. Something about training I saw. Oh, that was a nice one. This is one I want. Archer's Hills combat bonus. Look at that, it's plus 15%. When that pops up, I need to make sure what part I want. Probably siege, right? Definitely want some kind of siege capability, more than I have now. So I have 100 for Navy. I can hold off on. Guilds of artisans employed by the military ensure that innovation is passed down to those deserving and provide a hotbed of scholarly thought by which our progress flourishes. Interesting. What about the religious aspect here? What's that going to do for me? Formalizing a soldier's... Ooh! Army morale recovery. Oh, I like that. That only military service can bring. Was sworn by new soldiers in which they pledged their lives to each other. Ooh, I like that. That's going to help me move around. Let's do that. And these guys are getting close. They're about 60% to my next one. You know what? Do me a favor. I want you to head north. You're going to head toward the assault here. What's the status? I got 7%. Oh, I'm doing pretty well there. Okay. I'm going to send those 15,000 men north. Supply shortage. They're doing a siege too. Alright, they got 1,000 men there. Alright, so I got 2 friends. Oh, alright, Israel knows that. You know, I gave him so much money, too. This is the guy that I gave money. I lose 25 oratory power. With a well-placed word and some rank, we could achieve both quintilis. He is running the military faction. So I want tyranny. Because right now I'm doing... Ooh, I actually have 4 in tyranny here. How am I getting this? National slave output, I'm getting +4. I guess people don't like that. Execute cost -4.8. So that Alright, it'll give me 5 more, so that'll be 9. I don't want to do that. But I also want to be a friend of the military, so... Is it going to be Praetor? It's going to be this guy. And this guy's 73 years old. Dude, you need to step down, you know. 73 years old, I'm surprised your teeth ain't falling. Back in those days, they never got a toothbrush. I'm assuming he's not like falling apart at the seams, man. No toothbrush, no health care. I'm surprised this guy lived to 73 years old. I mean, wasn't it in the 17th and 18th centuries, people were living only to like in their 40s, 50s kind of thing? I might be wrong on that, but I thought life at that point with all the diseases and stuff like that, you weren't living past a certain point. I know you weren't living to your 80s and 90s, and this guy's pushing it at 73. So, yeah, let's just take it. 9.8. We're gonna take a big hit with that, but whatever. You know what I also noticed here is I had 18,000 men in my regular army, which is this legion here, this legion here. So 18,000 altogether, 9,000 apiece. So these numbers should be down to like 70, 7,500, something like that. I wonder if these units are getting replenished. Yeah, they're getting replenished. 207 will reach armies this month. Beautiful. Alright, so you're heading north. Alright, 21%. Alright, so let's do that. You know what, do me a favor, actually, I'm going to send this guy, I'm going to have him deal with this. Because there's a good chance I'll actually win that. What? Wild beasts from far corners of the earth make eye-catching and exotic gifts. Various merchants throughout the region. I thought it was something bad. I was like, I thought it was another guy who wanted money. Offer a wide range of creatures, both for the arena and private owners, from Scythian clots to Nubian leopards. Ooh, I like this. These are really cool events. I really like this because I can get a camel and use that. A crocodile. Yeah, let's do this. Yeah, let's do that. My guy is probably broke at this point. How much money you got? You got $69 left. Oh, okay. Envoy from this guy. Making us lose the following bonus. I'm gonna lose that, but I'll gain +5. No. Lose the following. I don't want to lose. I don't want to trade it out for 5. Alright. Back. What is this? Ooh, I just noticed this here. Oh. Ooh, I like this. Check this out. I didn't even see this before. Oh wow, this is sick. I gotta simulate populations. What if I do this? Wow. Promote populations. Recruit cohorts. Construct buildings. Well, I'm not going to do that because I'm going to run out of money. But check this out. I can build grand race fortresses, training camps, and a marketplace. I definitely want to build marketplaces. I didn't see this before. And I know you can go individually here and click build units, and then also click here, but this makes it so much easier. So I got 24. Oh. Umbria? Where is this? It said Umbria was not in my, these guys. Alright. It's alright. I'm coming for you, my friend. Give me a couple minutes. breaking alliances. They're about to leave me, so I'm gonna see what this siege. Oh, nice. Okay, so I got a friendship between me and this guy, and this guy is running the military side, right? Or at least he's in the military faction. I want to make sure that me and him are good friends. Cool. The siege. Nice. Beautiful. All right, time for peace. So, reset that. Let's do that. And then this. The fort in Corini needs to be. Yeah, let's gonna wait for that. I want to actually let's storm this fort because I'm not waiting right now. Actually, I could probably wait. Let's see how far these guys go. I'm gonna send the rest of my forces there. I know I'm kind of pushing the boundaries here because I'm worried that these guys are gonna come storming toward Rome. I really can't afford these mercs. You know what? Do me a favor, because I don't trust them, man. I don't trust them at all. I don't trust them as far as I could throw them. So, come on. Legion 2, Legion 1. I want to send my best guy head toward the border. I don't trust them. I don't trust them at all. So I'm leaving you 22,000 men. Get the job done. Sending 8,000 men north. Now, one thing I mentioned in my previous game is I was trying to figure out I know in, what was it, in Victoria, I think it was Victoria, when you selected an army to go to a certain province, that they had like a counter here. It would be estimated time, or, you know, yeah, it would basically be estimated time. I would like to see something. I haven't been able to find anything where it tells me like an estimated month or year or whatever for them to get there. I might be missing it. It might be in here. I'm just not seeing it. But if you guys do catch it, I haven't seen it. If you guys do catch it, let me know. But as far as that, I haven't seen it. It'd be really cool though to. I'm hoping it's in the game because I know it was in Vicky. And it would be really awesome to kind of get like a framework of, like, right now it's April. If you can just tell me like, hey, I'll be there in June. That'll come in handy. Yeah, I knew you scumbags would do that. It's alright. I was waiting for that. I have 8,000 men on the border. Come at me, boy. Come at me. Alright, so. Oh, you know what? Because this guy was controlling the siege. So check this out. We talked about this earlier. I'm going to assume command. My boy here is going to be in charge. I don't want the AI to run the siege. Mesopotamia. Give me a gift of $24. 24 denarii. Like you. Guys, good job. You're into my. I'm gonna. Let's see. What can I do for? I'll send a gift. Be a nice guy. And then the other guy too. I'm gonna be a nice guy to you too. Build up that relationship, man. Build up that relationship, because we're gonna go over a lot of people, and I want good friends in high places. So come on, man. Come on. Leave the league. Threaten to come at my borders. Reminds me of I was watching a little 300 scene. It's like, you bring death and the heads of kings to my steps, and he says something like, one of those key scenes of 300. Yeah, you. Oh god. It's like. But I love that key scene where it's like, this is Spartan. You know, I know a lot of that movie is fictional, and I mean, the core of the movie did happen. The battle at what the something with a T, right? There we go. I won that. There's something over here. Something with a T. My memory's really shot. That's what happens when you when you spend most of your 20s in a blur from going out every night. All right, let's sue for peace. Will they take it? That's the question. And I wonder if they will take it. Is there anything that will tell me that they'll take it? What are the odds? Here we go. Sue for peace acceptance. We need at least one more positive than negative reason for an acceptance. We currently have 1144. I'm going to try it anyway. Ooh, increased by rank to a regional power. So they did take it. Okay. After protracted conquest, we have finally routed the Samnite armies and laid waste to their lands. During the sacking of their capital, many important prisoners were taken. Many of them having previously held important positions in the Samnite Senate. They now languish in our dungeons, awaiting for whatever fate we decide to impose on them. All right, interesting. So this kind of reminds me a little bit of Total War, when you take a city and you can do a couple things. You can destroy, the city and enslave the population. You just let them be. I'm gonna try to be a nice guy here. Important Samnite characters will be imprisoned by Rome. Every character in Samnon will be put to death before a cheering crowd. Alright, well, let's be a nice guy. Because I'm the one that started the war. I'm the aggressor, so... Oh. So here we go. We got the great families of Samnin. These names, I'll tell you. Several important families are known for having held sway in Samnin. While we have consigned the lesser men and women of this fallen nation to their fate, we must decide carefully upon how to treat this Samnite elite. So basically, screw the people that are like at the bottom. People up top, we gotta like figure out what we're gonna do with them. Try to be a nice guy with them. I'm assuming all these guys are from the bottom. So embrace the Marian family, give refuge to the Sergian family, offer sanctuary to the family of Populus. So I can't have. So I guess do I have to do it individually? So let's start the Verninis, right? So popularity, loyal will be 100, 79, 82, 90. So in terms of people I want, this guy, and then him, and then at the bottom the barrel will be here. Because loyalty is important, right? Last thing I wanted to do is a Benedict Arnold kind of thing. So I want him, but what do? You're a religious faction, and I want him to be good to go. Alright, so the next family up on the list is the I'm going to give it the Marie family. I'm going to lose 5 of popularity now. Before I do all this, I want to see where I'm at here. See, you saw me eyeing that right here, right? Senate divided over center approval for appointed dictator. There are 49 seats behind it. So I got 3 out of the 31 military faction. I had the whole civic faction behind me being a dictator, which is good. Populist faction, the next up on, but the military faction I think is the most important because, well, the military faction, you don't want to screw over the military. You want to. Oh, interesting. Holdings in what? Wait. I have holdings somewhere else. Oh, interesting. Like an offshore account. I gotta look into this a little bit more there. plus 0.03. Oh, I wonder. That's interesting. That's very interesting. So, like, they're having an offshore account kind of thing. You too, huh? I bet. Each character has their own, like, economy. It has their own job, has their own, like, thing that they're doing in terms of, like, yeah, I got my normal income, but I'm also making some money on the side from this venture. I love that. It's like a whole world going on behind the scenes. That is, that's awesome. I can't even begin to tell you. I forgot what I was gonna do. All right, I need to make sure that I don't go below a certain popularity. I'm at 56. I don't want to lose too much popularity because if I give to everybody, and the Sergei family, his loyalty is 82. Yeah, his loyalty went up to 100%. Check that out because I helped him out. All right. You know, I'm at 51. I'm sorry, man. I can't. That family is... Alright, so we increased in rank. We are now a regional power country instead of a local power. So I'm not sure if we can do the defensive leagues anymore. Since we are now an independent country with at least 25 cities. Wow, we got 25 cities. That's pretty good. The following special rules can be used. I can guarantee other countries, I can threaten war, and I can have alliances. I'm the big boy on the block now. Which is awesome. Yeah, I bet you. So this is Rome now. We stretch from here all the way here. So nice. This is so I'm actually gonna end the video here. I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do with the first part of the video where I kind of started the game. Probably make that as a separate video after this one, and I'll just put it as like a prologue kind of thing since there is no commentary on there. I'll point that out in the video so people won't be like, wait, what's going on with no commentary? I'm going to make another video after this, and I'm going to set my sights to the north now. A couple things I want to do is I want to make sure, I want to take these guys out because you guys are on my hit list. For the study, for just being annoying little. Anyway, so try not to curse. All right, a couple of things. So I want to also check out something here. So I want to select another country. I want to see if there's a possibility if I can. That we can. A small subject nation gives a portion of their monthly manpower income to their overlords under their control. Fiduciaries, whatever, fiduciaries, that's what it is, do not cost a diplomatic slot, cannot cancel a relationship, may be integrated diplomatically under certain conditions. Okay, so they can be integrated. Feudatories are automatically called to their overlords' wars. That's why the other guys were called into that war that I had. They're also the same culture group as their overlord and also receive a cheaper army maintenance in exchange for less citizen happiness. So I just wanted to make sure because what I want to do here is I want to bring countries into the Roman Empire or Republic. I have to watch that. I want to bring these countries into my government, into my republic for now, and peacefully. You know, I don't want to do everything in war. So I want to be a nice guy sometimes, you know. So I don't want to be like the guy that's, you know, just beating everybody up on the block. I don't want to be the big bully on the block. I want to also be, you know, a business relationship, kind of like the Godfather kind of thing, you know. So I want to do that. I got furs there. Now the cool thing is, since I got all these provinces here, numerous cities, I love that. Each one has something different. So I got vegetables and I got furs, right? All these I can trade out. $98. previous balance. Now, the one thing I need to do here is I need to fire this guy. So, how do I get rid of him? It's me one of the last things I do before I end this video here. Oh, I can recruit him to the army. Ooh, interesting. Check this out, guys. So I can recruit them directly into the army. I can basically take these mercenaries and make them part of the Roman Republic. But I'm trying to see if I should. Interesting. Alright, interesting. So I can actually have these guys, and they're already. I'm gonna actually have to think about this. I was gonna disband these guys because it was gonna cost $81. But if I can recruit them into the army, that changes things. They already had some battle capabilities, and I'm assuming, yep, you can see plus experience plus 1.7. So that comes in handy, you know. They're not fresh. They're not completely green. They're useful. All right, guys, that's going to end it for this one. I also wanted to point something out that I mentioned in my last video that I want to mention here. This game, I feel personally, is going to be an incredible game for this year. This is, for me, a blockbuster game for 2019. I was waiting for this game since it was first announced. And once I heard about this game, I was like, I can't wait. This is going to be a blockbuster game. It's going to make such a shockwave through the strategy gaming community. It's going to be basically as powerful as Hearts of Iron has made in the strategy gaming realm. You know, how much of an impact Crusader Kings and EU4, it's going to set up its own dramatic impact. I feel honestly, because this game is running the new Clausewitz engine, and as I covered a couple of things where you have so much more enhancements to the character system, with having multiple cities and provinces, the military system where you could choose how armies fight, whether they go on a shock or a defensive or they probe. It's taking this Clausewitz engine to the next level. So what I'm trying to say is, I feel this game here is the banner. This is the flagship game of Paradox right now for 2019. This is the flagship game. This is basically that centurion at the head of the column holding the military banners, right? Because this is the next level of Paradox. And you can see what they've been refining and what they've been. This is the roadmap they're on, and you can see this is all the stuff that they've been working on throughout the years and unifying all together. And it's just, it's almost like it's like music, you know. It's everything is just almost in like perfect harmony. And you know, I know I'm going deep with this, but the reason I am doing that is because it's taking the best from all these games that we know and love, from Crusader Kings to EU4 to Hearts of Iron, and then combining it into one game, and then taking it up a notch even further than that. And man, honestly, guys, this game is coming out next week, and I'm so glad I was able to, to actually play this and just sink my teeth into it. I'm literally gonna spend hundreds, if not thousands, of hours playing this game, and yeah, I love it. Special props and thank you to Paradox for designing and developing this beautiful, incredible game. And yeah, I can't help it. I have to do it. This is sick. You know, just I love this curvature of the earth. Just little things like that where you get that beautiful transition. Can't get enough of it. Anyway, guys, that does it for this. I hope you guys enjoy and love this game as much as I do, and I will catch you guys in the next one. See you then.